They don't think you could do it, but tell you to try when they talk. All I hope had to keep it alive, spend a day in the Bronx, but you wouldn't survive. Can be low when I pop out, they know I've arrived. I go have conversations with Zoe, he gon' tell me pull up and come say what you know. I've been up, I can count all them days in a row. We don't say what we do, we be making the show. They say I'll be
the voice of the Bronx. We have Bronx Name, but the guys are out here. Can I get a yeah?
Leave them all right where they at. Try to diss me, I bet I don't even react. Put a show on, I bet you somebody gon' I pick me a book up and drink me some water, invest in the stock. All them kids don't be bad.
All right, peace and love, world. Welcome to another episode of Conversation with Zoe, man. Today is a legendary day. Today is a big day. We have a dear friend of mine, a brother of mine. I want to say, again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding, the process and everything that's been going on. Rest in peace to Eric Garner Sr. Today we are with Eric Garner Jr., who runs the Eric Garner Foundation, former Hooper. He's out here doing community work. He's a philanthropist. And, we've connected to give out the good word. We've done a little community work together. So I just want to welcome you, brother. Welcome to Conversation with Zoe, man.
Bro?
How you feel, Brody?
I'm good, bro.
Great to see you, man. Definitely
shout out.
Always, man. I mean, the platform is all yours, bro. I'm humbled and honored to have you here, and the fact that you reached out to, to even consider doing this with me. And we kind of locked it in from day one. This is kind of like a year. We've known each other about a year already.
Facts. Connected first sight.
That's a fact. First sight, bro. First sight. Definitely want to shout out to Bronx Native. This shirt is a Black Lives Matter edition shirt by Bronx Native. Shout out to my guy Maudis and his sister and his whole business. And shout out to the whole Bronx, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Living. Happy New Year.
Right.
Know what I'm saying?
All of that. It's an honor to have you here. So we're going to start right here, man. How was your early childhood?
My early childhood growing up, it was kind of shaky, but my pops and my mom made sure that we stayed focused. Like, their main goal was for us to go to school, pick an activity, and execute the activity.
Right.
So, like, that's what we did. Like, so,
Right.
like, growing up, my pops, he obviously tried me out for boxing, but I was too scary. So, like, we transitioned to football. I didn't like football, and then I grew to love for basketball.
Right. So contact, if anything past the and one, is a little too much contact for my boy.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. No, I hear
and
that.
I'm light skinned. I turn all red and stuff.
Right. People slapping you up. Yeah.
Can't do that.
What's your relationship like with your mom?
That's like my best friend. I'm a mama's boy.
Right.
Like, since day one. Like, I gravitated to my mother more than my pops.
Right.
So it was like conflict, like, word, like, leave your mother alone, come over here. No, I'm just chilling.
How's your relationship with your other siblings?
Great.
Right. How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 older sisters and a little brother.
A little brother.
Yeah.
Right. So how old is your little brother?
He's 22.
22.
Yeah.
So he was fairly young.
Yeah, when my pops died.
When your pops passed away. How was high school?
High school? It was kind of, it was rocky in the beginning. It was rocky. I had to pick it up.
Right.
So like, so high school, cause I started, everybody was in the 10th, and unfortunately, I got left back. So everybody was going on to the next grade, and I had to repeat the grade.
Right.
So that was kind of a struggle for me.
Right. So you weren't the greatest student, you could say.
Nah, I wasn't. But I picked it up in college. So
right.
I picked it up in college.
All right. So how was your high school basketball career?
My high school basketball career, so it started off great. I was a freshman, about to go out for varsity, and then they moved me down to JV, so I was heartbroken. So then I left the school team and I joined like a travel team.
Right.
So I started playing with them, and that's where I got all my offers from.
Right.
Like, a great guy, Coach McCombs, picked me up.
Right.
And he seen the potential, and he guided me my way.
Right. So you didn't really play high school basketball?
Yeah, I didn't really play.
Like at your school?
Yeah, at my school.
Got you. So then how was college?
amazing. It was an amazing experience, but it was also around when my pops died, so it
Right.
was kind of shaky. So like when I got as I'm signing like a couple of months before we signed the letter of consent, everybody was happy that I'm going to college, and then this happened,
Right.
and then I got to go off to college, and like it was like an unreal experience because like I'm on campus and like news reporters trying to get into the gym, and then
Right.
my teammates at the time is like, "Yo, what's this going on?" So I had to
Right.
explain to them
Right.
like who I was and what was going on. So then like they really took me in as like a family. So like it was just like family treatment after that.
Right.
So everything was smooth in
I
college.
mean, no offense, no disrespect anyone, but was like your team living under a rock though? Like no one
They
saw
would
your name on the roster and put two and two together?
nah,
That's crazy.
nobody put two and two
I think
together.
your coach should have kind of, prepped everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Knowing the magnitude. I mean, the passing of your father, shocked the entire country.
yeah, the
You
entire
know?
country. But it's just like kids my age, just like when everything is going on now, like when we was in quarantine, it was more exposed.
Right.
But now, see how the world moving, and then
Okay.
everything picking back up.
All right.
Like that's what I had to realize. Like words, so like I had to realize that like the world slowed down, everybody stopped, and they see this stuff.
Right.
They like, wow, and then like when the world start moving again, the stuff still goes on, but it gets swept under the rug no more.
Right.
It's like under the rug.
Yeah. I mean, that does make a lot of sense because when George Floyd happened, we were kind of at a standstill. And, everyone was paying attention to it. But I could see it, in 2014, when that happened to your father, and it was kind of like a moment, but it wasn't like they didn't shine a big light on. Even though, you had the I Can't Breathe movement and you had the NBA on it and things like that, but
And
it wasn't the whole world at a shutdown though.
Word, R.I.P. to my sister Erica that was out there fighting.
Wow.
Word.
Wow.
Died fighting. Word. Heartbroken.
Yeah. When did your sister pass away?
2017, 3 years
Wow,
later.
3 years later.
Yeah.
So that must have been your junior year of college.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was extra. That was extra weighing on me, and I still had to push through it. Like, word, I
Right.
still had to finish college.
Right.
Still, but it's like mainly my support system.
Right.
Like my support system, like they won't let me fail. Like it just like either you gonna do this or we gonna find something for you to do.
Right.
So like I appreciate my support system.
Nah, I definitely want everybody right now, to definitely send a lot of love and healing energy to your support system for pushing you through, for being there for you, and for allowing you to be here today, bro. Like, you stood the course. Like, it's crazy. I lost my pops in 2015, my senior year of college, and he was sick and he passed away. And all I was hoping for at that moment was for him to see me graduate. We were so close. He died February 15th, 2015, and I graduated in May, like literally 3 months before. So I understand the pushing through and having no choice but to continue to move forward. So everything we're talking about is kind of life before July 17th, 2014. So life after, have you ever had any anger towards the police?
Like I do and I don't because it's weird because like I could say I hate the police, but my basketball coach was a detective.
Right.
So like it's not like no hate towards him.
Right.
Like word.
Right.
He ain't do nothing wrong to me, but it's like a weird relationship. Like when cops come around, like where I got anxiety when they come around, like where what are you touching me for? Like what do you need my ID for? Like what do you need this for?
Right.
Like explain to me why you touching me.
Right. So on July 17th, 2014, 2 New York Police Department officers confronted Eric Garner, a 43-year-old African-American father of 6, for illegally selling cigarettes. Garner dies after losing consciousness as a police officer locks him in an illegal chokehold. And within hours, a video of incident begins to spark outrage across the country.
And you want to hear something crazy? As I was walking out, because I had a game that day. I had a championship game. and like a couple of blocks away from where the incident happened. Like it was in another hood, but like it's close enough when you riding down the street. So like
Right.
as I'm leaving the building, one of my friends is coming. Is like, oh, the cops is fucking with your pops on Bay Street. You better go up there and see. And I'm like, so I run back in the house and I tell my mom like, yo, call daddy, see what's going on or whatever. So I'm like, I gotta go to the game.
Right.
So as I'm in the game, we win the championship. Everybody, my phone is in my bag.
Right.
So as everybody, we passing the spot, we see all these cops. I don't know what's going on because I haven't looked at my phone, but
Right.
everybody in the car know what's going on.
Right.
It was just a crazy day.
Right. Garner was known as a neighborhood peacemaker in his Staten Island community and was also well known to the police for selling cigarettes near the ferry terminal on Staten Island. Right?
Yeah.
So I went through your Instagram and I feel like the media and certain people, especially when it comes to black men, it always has to be a negative narrative that they want to paint, right? Obviously, a lot of people know your father for all the good that he did. And despite what even happened to him, we still got to make him look like a criminal. Like, we still got to make him look like he's violent, like he was a nuisance to society and all that stuff, even though that's not true. So the craziness to me is I saw today right here. Who is on? Who is on this one? I think this one's easier. Boom. So I'm going through the stuff and I'm seeing some comments, right? And it says, so Eric Garner Foundation. We did it for my pop's 51st birthday. I took care of the community that he used to take care of. Thank you to everyone who made this day possible. Hashtag Eric Garner, hashtag Eric Garner Day, hashtag Eric Garner Foundation, hashtag NYC. California Mike 64. Stop. He took care of the community. He was arrested 31 times, didn't have a job. That's taking care of the community. I'm sure not $1 raised will go where it's supposed to.
That's just somebody ignorant being on the internet.
Right.
Like very ignorant. Like who would think that?
Right.
You see the work for itself.
Right.
So you just want attention at this point.
Right.
But we didn't give him attention.
Right. So I also saw a poem. So first of all, I would say something, but California Mike, I'm sure your life is a reflection of the nasty comment that you left. So, we're not going to bury you anymore. But if California Mike 64 is still there, my people, you know what to go do. So then I saw this beautiful poem, right? And it says, a small needful fact is that Eric Garner worked for some time for the Parks and Rec, a horticultural department, which means perhaps that with his very large hands, perhaps in all likelihood, he put gently into the earth some plants, which most likely some of them, in all likelihood, continue to grow. Continue to do what such plants do, like house and feed small and necessary creatures, like pleasant to touch and smell, like converting sunlight into food, like making it easier for us to breathe. Ross Gray is a poet, professor at IU Bloomington, and author of the collection Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude. P.S. When they go low, we go high.
Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. That's what took my mind right off that comment.
Right.
Took my mind right off that comment.
Right. And I love, how everything was put together with with him working in parks and rec center and using his hands, he had large hands to build something that feeds into the community. And that's how he should be remembered. And that's all that should be said. But obviously the internet is the devil's playground. And
you can hide behind that keyboard, type whatever you want, say whatever you want, and don't even know the facts.
Right. I mean, not that did you ever have a time period where you gave a lot of attention to the comments?
Nah.
Good.
Like I said, it took me a long time to even watch the video of my pops.
Right.
And I couldn't even sit through that.
Right.
I couldn't even sit through the video. I was disgusted. Cause I know, in all reality, he didn't want to go out like that.
Right.
He didn't want to go out like that. And he thought he wasn't going to go out like that.
Right.
He just didn't want police to touch him. Why are you touching me? Don't touch me.
Right. Officer Danielle Pantaleo and Justin Diamico called the scene because of a fight that Garner reportedly broke up. Exchanged words with Garner about his cigarettes before Pantaleo reached around Garner's neck and put him in a chokehold despite such a maneuver being against NYPD rules.
Right there, against NYPD rule. It was banned for 65 years or something like that. It was banned.
Right.
It's just crazy how they could do whatever they want to us in situations like that.
Right.
And we can't even do nothing.
Right. Pinned to the ground by the officers, Garner repeatedly told them, "I can't breathe." Eventually, he lost consciousness. He was pronounced dead at the hospital roughly an hour later, and the medical examiner ruled his death a homicide by suffocation.
Right there. Says it right there. And it's not even like the medical staff even tried to help my father when he was on the ground when they got there. They still had him in handcuffs, laying there. It was just a disgusting scene. Disgusting.
Where were the rest of your siblings and your family that day?
Well, my sisters, they lived in Brooklyn. We lived on Staten Island, me and my little brother,
Right.
my pops and my mom.
Right.
So everybody came to Staten Island to my grandmother's house. Which shout out to my grandmother. She been pushing forward. She been fighting every day for my father. Also, my other oldest sister, Emerald,
Yeah.
she been out there on the forefront since day one.
Right.
I learned a lot from them, watching them,
Right.
dragging me along. But everybody came to my grandmother's house that day, and we just sat around, and then we just waited.
Right.
And then the next day, we got word to it was on a Friday, so I think that Saturday we pulled up to Al Sharpton, Nan. And that's when we met Al Sharpton.
Right. Footage of the incident quickly went viral. There were protests in the days following Garner's death. But it was a grand jury's decision not to indict Pantaleo on December 3rd that sparked large demonstrations in New York City and elsewhere across the country.
It was a different time. When I turned on the TV and I seen Kobe wearing the "I Can't Breathe" shirt, I damn near jumped in the TV.
Right.
Word, I couldn't believe it. Word. My father's last words was empowerment to the world. So word. I appreciate everybody that was out there protesting, because it was real.
Right. Garner's last words, "I can't breathe," became a rallying cry for the Black Lives Matter movement. The police officer whose chokehold led to Garner's death in 2014 was fired from the police department in 2019 and stripped of his pension benefits.
Waited a whole, 5 years to fire him. That joint crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Cause if we do something, if we was to kill a cop or something, it's over for us. We going straight. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
We're not even seeing a judge.
Right.
We be lucky if we see a judge. Be lucky if we see a judge.
No, I mean, that's absolutely true, bro. That's all facts. And it's one of those things where, you know, that's where you get the whole Blue Lives Matter thing, you know? And blue lives do matter, for the record. But it's not cool and it's corny when, if I say Black Lives Matter, but you want to say, well, all lives matter, right? That's you diminishing my thoughts and my sentiments to kind of uplift yours. Yes, you are right. All lives do matter. We get it. But you can't say that to counter or rebut what I said.
What I said.
That's just all I'm saying.
Just like a couple of years later, everybody sitting on their couch and then George Floyd tape get released.
Right.
It was like a repeated cycle. Like we didn't move forward nowhere. Like we didn't go nowhere.
Right.
Like a knee on his neck and you're smiling.
I mean, history just unfortunately continues to repeat itself. And it's tough being a Black man in America, bro. And it's crazy because my family's from Honduras. So I was raised as a Latino man.
Mm.
And Trayvon Martin changed my whole reality, bro.
Mm.
When I seen that, I was like, yo, I look just like homie. You know what I mean? I'm like, we wear hoodies all the time. You know, we wear hoodies to the bodega all the time. Oh. You know, so a young Black kid with a hoodie on, you know, who was hunted by a racist white man.
Mm.
You know, and
then like they expect us to get over it. Oh yeah, get over it. Oh, like I'm supposed to like walk down the street and see this man walking beside me and let him walk past me.
Right.
Like you set me up for failure right there.
Right.
Like you set me up. Like why is he not behind bars right now for killing an innocent man?
Right.
Like why?
Right. Who wasn't committing a violent crime
at all.
You know,
you bothering him for no reason at all. You're not even saying, and then oh my God, let's not even talk about the court. Word, them documents need to come out, man.
The court documents?
Word, they need to come out.
Have you seen them?
Nah, I haven't seen them. I was there, but I haven't seen no court documents come out.
Right.
Cause they definitely, you know what I mean, perjured themselves. Definitely. Whoever was on that stand perjured themselves.
I mean, you know, blue protects blue.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the largest, biggest, most funded gang in New York City. Is the NYPD. You know?
That's why I came up with the organization, because I want to bring light into like kids coming up now, they don't even know like Al Sharpton is still alive. Like,
right.
And they could see him every Saturday. And that's a man that you want to be around. Like, word, he get up and fight for Black people every day.
Right.
Every day he get up and fight for Black people.
Right. I feel like what some people don't understand is, you know, when they say, like some of my coworkers, right? I'm not gonna say what job, but you know, I tell them like, you know, I always comply with the police, but you know, I do get a little anxious, I do get a little nervous, and you know, but they're like, "Wow, you have no reason to." I'm like, "Nah, like, you know, you've seen things go left how many times, you know? So, having our skin color is a threat.
OD.
You know, that's what that is. You know, we gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Being a Black man, you're a threat. You know what I mean? And we're over 6 feet. You know what I mean? So we fit, you know, the criteria. You know what I mean? So
there's no ifs, ands, or buts when it comes to them. Like soon they see a large, but oh no, soon you get, oh, what I'm doing, Mr. Officer, what am I doing? Oh, you being a threat to me. Get behind. Oh, get your hands on your head. I didn't even say nothing.
Right.
Like, what are you stopping me for?
Right.
There's no reason to stop me.
I know everything varies per situation, but I know the majority of my negative encounters with the police were always the aggressor. I was raised, my dad had that talk with me young
Mm.
on how to move around the police. And then when I started driving, he had another talk with me. Lower the music, put the keys on the dashboard, keep your hands on the steering wheel.
Roll down the
Officer,
window.
roll down the window, turn off the car. You know what I mean? Don't reach. If you're gonna reach, you're gonna ask first. I made cops count to 3. You gonna count to 3? I'm not moving, bro. My wallet also keep your wallet visible, right? Where your license at,
Yeah.
know where your registration is, know where your insurance is, right? So the one day that my freaking wallet was in my pocket, bro, I was so mad at myself, and I'm like, listen, it's in my pocket, and I'm not moving. I'm staying right here. If you want to count to 3, I'll go. But if not, then I know what my ID number is, but I'm not moving. Because that's the kind of fear, bro.
For real.
Fear, your palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you don't, you
And
don't know, you in control of my life.
Or then you want to hear something funny. This how you know they know what's going on, because like when I used to drive, they pull me over, take my ID, and then come back to the car and be like, "Have a nice day."
Right.
They come to the car. Oh, roll down your window. Oh, turn down the music. Oh, we ID. Here, take my ID, take my registration. Come back to the car. Have a nice day, Mr. Garner.
Right.
So they know what's going on. They know who to mess with and who not to mess with.
Right.
And it's crazy how that's how the world got to work.
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy. Everybody should have equal rights. Everybody.
Right. I would say, for me, is avoid police contact.
Word.
Like, try not to put yourself in situations where you're gonna make contact with them. You know what I mean? So I feel like the less contact you make with them, the less, chances they have to take your life. You know what I mean? Because you're in control of whether I go home or not, or whether I see my son, whether I see my mother. Like, you have 100% control over me. The following year, when New York State repealed its ban on publicizing police disciplinary records, it was revealed that Pantaleo had been investigated for misconduct 7 times in the 5 years before Garner's death.
It's right there in print. Like, word. I'm sorry to bring this to race, but let that have been a black police officer having that many encounters, having that many write-ups, still on the street. Like, how are you still on the street?
Right.
Like, that's something like I think that's something like police got to get better at.
I mean, I think when it comes to the police, a lot of it has to boil down to relationships. Like, what's your relationship like with the community? You know what I'm saying? And not you fucking coming around shooting hoops with us for the gram. Like, that's not what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm talking about, do you know every single last kid in that neighborhood? My godmother live upstate. She got a kid in her neighborhood that if he was from the Bronx, he'd be a felon. But because he's upstate, because they know him from the local high school, he do dumb shit and they drive him home. You know what I mean? They know who his parents are. They know where he live. They just, get in the back and they drive him home. Where's that relationship at in New York City? You know what I mean? Like, why?
It can be a relationship like that in New York City because it's people, it's like kids like us that grow up and still see the stuff still going on that our great grandmothers seen going on back in the day. Now we just reliving the whole reality.
Right.
Like, all over again. Like, I was out there, I was thinking I was in the 1900s or something. Like, word, like, facts. Like, I'm about to run into Martin Luther King. Like,
Right.
it was real out there. Like, it was real life. Like, these like police officers is out here taking black and brown, black and Latino lives. Like, they don't have no regards for our lives.
Right. And the fun fact about it is that we only really know about the ones that make the tabloids, like the big ones,
Word.
right? But if you look it up, the amount of people arrested that were unarmed, bro, the number is in the thousands.
And then the police footage come out years later.
Years later.
And now the public finally get to see the police footage. Like, it'd be crazy if, like, for instance, if damn, I forgot his name. Ramos wasn't there to record my pops. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows how we would have discovered how my pops died?
Right.
Like, how he passed away. Like, how we was gonna know? They was gonna make up a story and tell us.
Right.
So it's crazy. They gotta get better.
Yeah.
They gotta get better.
I mean, I think the relationship can exist. I just think we have to start somewhere. And I think we have to start with the consistency. You know what I mean? I think if you do something, you know, it's like bro, Thanksgiving was how long ago, and now Thanksgiving's coming up again. But if you treat it like, what have you done for me lately? Like, Thanksgiving was a minute ago, bro. And I still gotta wait to get a free turkey in fucking 4 months.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we gotta keep that relationship more consistent. You gotta see my face. You gotta know my name. You know what I mean? You gotta come to my school. You know what I'm saying? And not just for career day. Feel me? Pop in, say what's up, come have lunch with us.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Even the police having a relationship with, like, community leaders.
Right.
To even, like, be more involved in the community, like somebody giving back, oh, what can I do to make the kids come out even better, like more activities. Like, we don't even got, remember, I know you remember PAL.
Yeah.
They don't even got PAL no more for the kids.
Yeah, that kind of faded out.
Like, word. And it's like, it's crazy. It's like, y'all want kids to do stuff, but y'all not giving them nothing to do.
Right.
And now they watching rap videos. They watching this. Oh, that's lit. So I'm going to try to do that.
Right.
I think they just got to be more consistent.
Right.
We got to be more consistent, but they got to be more consistent too.
Right. Right. And I think we need to be more proactive and not reactive, in the sense that we need to have these conversations like right now. Like, maybe the climax of the country is a little lower right now. Let's link up. Let's talk. Let's try to find things. Like, we kind of react to something already happened. Like, we wait till the person is dead to come together. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, America is one big funeral. You know what I mean? We're going to wait till the person's dead. We're going to wait till the person's not doing no good. And then we're going to come together and figure it out. And it's like, yo, like, you know, we got it. Like you said, history repeats itself. You feel like it was the 1900s. You feel like you've been there already. So it's like, I mean, we've seen it how many times in our lifetime? You feel me? From Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, you know, the list goes on. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I think you and I, with the Eric Garner Foundation and Slice of Excellence, like, we got to continue to do our part and come together, collaborate. You know what I'm saying? And make more organizations, but also consistently do the work.
Consistent.
You know, and we need their support as well. I need to know. I mean, I don't know if you're not related to me or a friend of mine. I mean, you're a cop. I don't know your name.
Exactly.
I mean, we should know the cops, bro. We should know the cops in every area. It should be listed like, yo, this is this zone. This is where they at. And you should be relevant. You should be right in the bodega. Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's everything? You know what I mean?
Check
on the people, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all just dead scared. Like, we got these white boys from Long Island and Brownsville. Like, they never been to Brownsville.
And
that's a disconnect.
Facts.
You know
Putting
what I mean?
Up towers.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
Sitting in the towers, sitting
come
outside.
On. Yeah, so what we got to do is also, I just want to hold our people accountable a little bit and take the stigma off being a cop. Feel me?
Yeah.
If you're gonna ride someone's coattail, make them feel bad, make them feel like they're a pig and all that, and they're in a community and they want to go become a cop, then some people aren't gonna do it just for they don't get called names and you know what I mean. So we kind of take people away from doing that, from how we treat people, our own people that become cops.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. We definitely do that, and you're right. We look at a black officer in a uniform, and we be like, and we judge him. Oh, he a pig. He just did that. Or he just doing his job.
Right.
He just doing his job. But all cops ain't good cops though.
Right.
Like, word. Like, if you was around seeing my pops being choked, why not stop your partner?
Right.
Why not stop him? Oh, yo, come on, you ODing. All right, back up. All right. No, you just stand around. Oh, let me grab his legs or something. Like, come
Right.
on, son. So like it's hard to like review cops as cops. Like, nah, y'all on that side already. Like, word, stay on that side.
Right. So Eric Garner Way happened.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that make you feel?
What you mean?
The Eric Garner Way, the street,
the street rename. Oh,
yeah, the street rename. Yeah, Eric Garner
yeah,
Way.
yeah.
Yeah, how'd that make you feel?
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I just go to Staten Island. I don't live in Staten Island no more. So like, I just go over there just to walk past the street. Like, I feel proud. Like, word. Like,
Right.
my pop's name is renamed after, like, the street is renamed after him. Like, word.
Right.
And I try to, now me, I try to clean up over there and like feed the people when I can.
Right.
So word, it was a happy moment.
Right. Eric Garner B-Ball Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Definitely. You gotta come out and play, man.
I mean, I'm gonna see if I get out there,
You gotta come out and be a coach or son.
Right, yeah. We're gonna figure it out. I hoop a little bit,
For real, but it's just a way of me to get back to the community, something that me and my pops enjoy, basketball, and to like bring people together.
Right.
And show them like, nah, I mean, it's something else. Like, it's a fun day.
Right.
Cool.
How many times have you done the classic already?
This gonna be my 4th year doing it.
Right.
But I did it 3 so far.
Right. So off camera, you were telling me that you moved it to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it to Brooklyn because I feel like it's better, and that's where I live at now. So like,
right.
I feel like it's better than going back and forth in Staten Island.
Right.
So it's cool.
I mean, it's gonna give it more exposure, educate more children. Kind of,
and it's gonna bring the Staten Island kids off the island to come travel, come see the city.
That's good thinking. You know what I'm saying? How is it in Staten Island? I've only been there for baseball. So
it's amazing. Well, it's not like if you didn't grow up there, you're not gonna know what to do.
Right.
You're gonna be like, yo, this is all y'all niggas do, but it's fun to us though.
Right.
Like, word. So like growing up in Staten Island, it was cool. Well, I didn't grow up like I was born in Brooklyn, then we moved to Staten Island when I was like 7, 8, and then I lived out there for my prime years.
Right.
So like it was cool growing up out there. Like, word, I enjoyed it. And I still enjoy it. That's why I keep on going back.
Right. Have you seen the show Wu-Tang?
Yeah, I seen it.
Is that how Staten Island looks?
That's only one part of Staten. Well, a couple of parts. Yeah, that's how Staten Island looks.
Right.
Word.
It's like Park, Stapleton, something like that.
Yeah, it's Stapleton, New Brighton, West Brighton, the Harbor. Yeah, it's a whole different Port Richmond.
Right.
Yeah,
how's the climax in Staten Island with like the drill scene?
The drill scene. We got a couple of good drill rappers out there. We got CJ from Staten Island.
Okay.
But the drill scene, you gotta look a couple up. I'm gonna give you a couple after the show.
Right.
I'll give you a couple after the show.
So I saw one of your Instagram captions that said, "They will never forget your name, Pops."
Word. That's why I started the Eric Garner Foundation. So, like, when people hear that name, they know instantly, like, word, oh yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to play with.
Right. It's your dad's July 17th is Monday.
Yeah.
How you feeling so far?
9th year anniversary. I don't really feel it now because I'm like moving, like where I gotta make sure my mom's good, I gotta make sure the family good, and then like I take my little sign of, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Is he buried in Staten Island?
Nah, he buried in Jersey.
Buried in Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it comes in waves, bro.
It does.
Some days are better than others. Some days you kind of strong, you can smile, you can laugh, and other days you can't hold back tears.
You can't. For real. But like I said, shout out to my support system. Like, they keep me on my toes. I'm not even gonna lie, they keep me on my toes.
Right. What would be your message to your younger self?
To my younger self, don't trust everybody. Keep moving forward. The turtle wins the race.
Right.
Be more patient. Or that's what I tell my younger self.
What would be your message to the youth?
To the youth, like, get in tune with your history. Like, know what's going on around you. I know ain't nothing good on the news, but it's good to watch the news to find out like what's going on, which way, and like listen to your peers, cause they the ones that's gonna ride it out with you.
Right. What would be your message to your dad?
My dad, I just say thank you for creating me. I'm trying to be the best man I could. And I'm gonna hold it down.
Right. Man, this moment is surreal, and even meeting you at the listening party last year. What's the name of that artist?
Melvani.
Yeah, Melvani.
Shout out to my son Melvani. Shout out to my son JD.
Right, yeah. Shout out to them, man. I still gotta tap in with them. We still gotta connect for the interview. But yeah, man. I feel like this feeling is you kind of get numb to it sometimes. Seeing black and brown people be murdered at the hands of the police. But we got to continue to fight. We have to continue to empower ourselves and empower the youth, and continue to do what's needed, do what's necessary.
Set an example for the youth.
Set an example for them, for sure.
Word.
And I know it's not easy, having your father, nationally known for the way he was brutally murdered. So I commend you for standing tall and continuing to stay strong, and
appreciate you.
Be there for Staten Island, be there for the youth, and continuing your father's mission, man. Like you're continuing his legacy, but you're also writing your own legacy as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what would be your final words, your final message, man? You got to shout everything out.
Man, shout out everybody, man. Word. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for having me on the show,
absolutely,
man.
always.
Word, facts. Just like, let's give you your flowers real quick. Word, we connected a year ago. Word, you kept your word, stayed in contact, and you made this happen, bro. Appreciate you.
For sure. Nah, always, man. Nah, I'm always here, man. And we got more important fish to fry. We got a lot of work to do in the community work. We got to get those. If you want to do the costumes again for Halloween, let me know, man. We could put that together. We could start putting that together. Kind of now, and making sure that the kids get the costumes. That's a smooth concept that you did, and I'm happy I was able to be a small part of that.
Facts.
Giving away Halloween costumes.
Again, word, man. It's worried. Say you gonna hook me over some costumes. Make sure I had the costumes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, anything for the kids. We gotta empower them outside of the classroom as well.
For real.
We trying to push them and motivate them in the classroom, but we also gotta keep their spirits up.
Learn everything in the classroom.
Right.
They're not getting taught everything in the classroom.
Right. And we got to keep their spirits up. Like,
real.
Your confidence gets shut down. Think about it, not having a Halloween costume.
For real. Like, seeing everybody else with a
you don't got no bed sheets to waste to cut a hole in it.
That was
be
so
a ghost.
Nice. Like, the kids was really like, they at the little Halloween party sitting on the side, like, damn, I ain't got a costume.
Right.
Pulled up with a costume.
Now,
now they being picky now. Like, I want that one. Yeah, word. So it was dope. Word.
Yeah.
Dope.
No, that's a beautiful experience, man. So listen, man, everybody go follow, go tap in, go donate to the Eric Garner Foundation. I'm going to be posting them a lot. I'm going to put the link in my description. Definitely, once again, shout out to Bronx Native for the Black Lives Matter shirt collab and for keeping the movement alive, man. You guys are really on the ground doing the groundwork, in the Bronx. And now we got, Eric Garner doing his work in Brooklyn and in Staten Island. So we got most of New York covered, man. You know, sites of excellence in the Bronx, in Brooklyn. We in all over Harlem. You know what I mean? So I think if all of us hold hands and spread our arms, man, we're gonna have all of New York covered.
For real.
You know what I mean? So,
Facts.
you know, take care. Let us know where we can find you as well.
You can find me on the Eric Garner Foundation page. Follow, hit the link. We got the website, the Eric Garner Foundation website. Tap in, man. Come tap in.
You know what I'm
Get
saying?
this work done.
Yeah, and in any way we could collaborate for the youth, anything that we can do for the community, you know, not just around the holidays, but kind of,
Yeah.
you know, Easter egg hunt or whatever it may be, man. Let's just do it, man. Let's put our resources together. Like, we all have a ton more resources together than we do divided,
For real.
you know? So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, stay tuned for us, and, you know, we'll be in touch, my brother. I appreciate you. Always, man. Love is love, brother. Peace and love, world. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, support the channel, show your love. You know what I'm saying? We having great conversation week in and week out. You never know who's coming. You never know what we're going to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about peace and love. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment.